Hey, Miss Rogers, just calling to let you know your Honda is done. Yes, ma'am. While we was inside, we found that it could use an alignment also. Would you like us to do that while we have it?
That video still cracks me up every time I see it, and I've seen it hundreds of times at this point. This was my first video on TikTok that had over 1 million views, and that was a big deal for me. You know, I had 9,000 followers on TikTok when we started, and I was just trying to get to 10,000. We was doing a do color reveal when I got to 10,000. That was kind of a big deal for me, and all my fans, they were all anxious for it. There wasn't that many of them, but they were all anxious to see the color reveal. It seemed dumb at the time, and I thought, well, 10,000 is where I'm going to top out because I ain't got nothing better than a color reveal I can do. But then this video in September, it hit, and overnight, it just, my followers just went up and doubled in a week, and then just kept growing to the point where 3 weeks later I was at 50,000 followers. I'm like, man, I did something right here. And I caught some grief from mechanics saying, well, you're making us all look bad, making mechanics look bad. I'm like, I'm not making mechanics look bad. These idiots are making mechanics look bad. And, well, the mechanic that did me wrong made them look bad. Well, I want to tell that story today because this is kind of personal for me. You know, not too long before this video was released, I had a story with a mechanic that, well, I just got to tell it, I guess, because it's kind of hard to believe, but here we go. In November 2019, we had a Volkswagen Beetle Turbo. Stop laughing, it's a cool car, it really is, but it had a minor oil leak, you know, like that much oil. It's laying on the garage floor about once a week, and it wasn't bad, but I figured we'll get it in there and let the mechanic take care of it. It's too low for me to do anything with it, so let the mechanic professionals take care of it. We didn't have a mechanic that we really liked or trusted. We had a few bad experiences with a few in the area here, and I hadn't found a good one yet. Well, a couple of our friends recommended this place, and it was a corporate office. You know, they got the franchises and corporate store chains and whatnot, and I didn't really trust it because, shoot, it's a corporate office. I mean, are they really any better than anything? But it came highly recommended, so we used them. Well, in the process of changing fixing the oil leak, they blew the motor. They pulled the timing cover off, and somehow they was trying to tighten the timing belt tension while they was in there, and they skipped time on the timing belt and blew the motor up. And then proceeded to try to make it my fault and tell me I had to replace it and all this stuff. I'm like, nah, it ain't happening. Well, flash forward a little while, we got it back. They put a new motor in it, and it just kept leaking oil or antifreeze or a mixture of everything, and it just kept running out. And like, I'm done with this thing. Like, this is annoying. So we had another friend that said, hey, this brand, there's another guy that owns one of the franchises in another town. You should take it to him, and he'll take a look at it for you. He's a good guy. He's an amazing guy. I'm like, sure, I'll take it to him. So we took it to him, and we tried him out. Well, he seemed distracted by something. It just, something wasn't right there, and it took forever for it to get fixed. He took care of it. He didn't charge me a dime, so good for him, I guess. But when he got it back to me 3 different times, and each time it came back with more leaks or different leaks. I'm done with this. So we called the corporate office, and they got us in touch with the regional manager for this place. And that guy said, well, you know, we can take a look at it, but I don't think it's anything we did. It's, you know, if it is something we did, we'll go ahead and fix it for you. But, you know, I just don't think there's anything we did to it that would have broke it. And that just irritated me. They took a look at it, third shop now. Same place, you know, same name on the door, different shop in a different town. And they looked at it, and that mechanic was the best one we found yet. And he found the problem. On the front of the timing cover, when they replaced it, they broke a bolt off. And in the process of replacing that bolt, they didn't drill it out or anything. They GB welded the head back on. GB welded the head back on. Well, he made it right. He took care of it. He put new gaskets everywhere. He went through that engine from top to bottom. When we got it back, it was running like a champ. So good on them for actually doing the right thing eventually. But that was 9 months without a car, and the whole time we had service managers running around. Well, 2 things. The first shop we took it to, that service manager, he either quit or got fired, depending on whose side of the story you want to hear. from this place, and he called us after he did and said, "Hey, I got evidence that we was trying to scam you and trying to screw you over. I'm willing to testify if you take this to court." I'm like, "I'm not taking it to court, but thank you for your information." And he basically told us everything that was going on behind the scenes, and it wasn't good. Second shop, just recently, that shop closed up. Found out the fella that owned it was he was dealing some stuff out of that garage that he shouldn't have been, and they closed up. So third place I ain't heard from. I hope they're doing well, because they did do me right eventually on that car, and that's what inspired me to make the mechanic videos that I make. Now, growing up, I spent a lot of time in the shop. My dad had a garage. He was a welder and farm mechanic, and we always spent a lot of time fixing things or working on things. So I got a little bit of knowledge on there of mechanical stuff, and I'm not a mechanic myself. So the little details that I put in there, it's all just from working on my own stuff around here and there. But I really like making these videos. So I'm going to play it one more time here, and hopefully you get a better understanding of where I came from with this first viral video I had. I hope it gives some insight into me and into why I made this.
Hey, Miss Rogers, just calling to let you know your Honda is done. Yes, ma'am. While we was inside, we found that it could use an alignment also. Would you like us to do that while we have it?
I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a good one. I really like this one. If you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and subscribe. I think that's what they call it here on YouTube. And I think I'm supposed to say, smash that like button or something like that. But you can hit it gently if you want. It's a computer. It's not like mechanical equipment you got to hit or anything. But I hope you enjoyed what I'm doing here and can support me in the future. But go ahead and follow me if you like me, and check my other stuff out on TikTok. The original video is linked below. I think that's how it works on here. Y'all have a good one, and be good.